Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster here, chewing the fat. Welcome to tonight's show. And tonight we have another short one. I'm not going to be too long. Just want to do a quick update and kind of keep everybody up to date with what's going on, especially with the QPWC events coming up and just anything else that people maybe miss. Little events here and there, social gatherings, that kind of thing. So, guys, I hope everybody's had a good week. What did I get up to the last week? I managed to get out on the water on Saturday. I had Sarah, Lisa, Sherry, and I met Terry as well for the first time. We took a run down from Cleveland Ramp, right down, right across the bay, down through the passage to the Broadwater. Then we went out through the Spit and into the ocean, and we went whale hunting. And I didn't have my PLB or my earbud with me, which stupidly I should have brought. But the guys went chasing out. Sherry, good evening. I'm just speaking about you there. Good evening, Chad. So we managed to get out and have a look around. We could see the whales spouting in the distance, and then when the whale watching boats went out, they were right on them real quick. They were a good distance out, and had I brought my earbud or my BLB, I would have went out that far. To be honest, I would have went that far, and I haven't seen any this year so far. That's the first time during the migration that I've actually been out on the ocean side, so I will be going out a little bit more because it's just now, and it's in that kind of that time frame where they're coming and going, and they're all heading north at the moment. If you caught my video from the water on Saturday, when they return back, they will be a little bit closer to shore, and that's primarily to protect the babies. We would not necessarily have to go out as far, although there will be some that will still go out, some whales that will be out far, but generally most of them usually come in a little bit closer to the shoreline, so it's not as big a trip out into the open water to catch a glimpse of them. So fingers crossed to see something soon. It's always a spectacular sight. I always love seeing it, and I've got to say, Queensland was turning on the weather over the weekend, and by all accounts it's still doing it now. There's literally zero winds at the moment. I think we had one bad gust of wind Sunday night or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but out on the water, and the videos and pictures that I'm seeing from various people are showing it like glass, or the water's just kind of rolling really nice and smooth. It's fantastic to see, and if I'm honest, for us, that's what Queensland's all about as far as jet ski riders are concerned. That's what we want to see. It's a good little trip out, and you do get to catch a few things if you keep your eyes peeled and keep looking. You see all kinds of things, for even our friendly sharks. So okay, so let's roll on. Sean, good evening, and Josh, good evening as well. Welcome, and let's bang on, and let's just get straight into the roundup. I kind of rushed the show tonight as well. Originally we were meant to have Joshua Dowling on. He was lined up. Unfortunately, at the weekend there, he had to call off. He's had a few things crop up, and he is unable to come on the show for a few weeks. So he's going to be out of the loop for a couple of weeks, at least until I can get him on. Next week, I do have Matt Monroe. Now, for those of you that don't know who Matt is the gentleman who has actually came up with a little, I'm not sure, like a restraining clip or some kind of fitting that you put on your helmet, your race helmet, and you can hook your goggles into it, and it's to stop you from losing your goggles. Pretty simple idea, but they do say the simplest ideas end up being the best ones. So I'm going to have Matt on to talk about himself, because Matt's a keen racer, stand-up racer. So I'm gonna I'll get him on, have a chat with him about what makes him tick and his racing and stuff, and then we'll talk about why he came up with this little fitting that you stick on the side of your helmet, and I know that he's got some other products in the pipeline as well. So keen to get him on and just have a little chew the fat with him and find out what he's getting up to and where he's heading with it all. So that's next week's show. All right. Good evening, Dion. How are you, mate? Let's go to the roundup. So, like I said, we're going to keep it brief tonight. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I do have a little bit to talk about with the Cameron Martin and Memorial Enduro event. So we'll go through that. And a couple of other things with with business relating to that as well. So let's bash on. Let's go to. I'm going to go through the social rides first. All the recreational rides at the moment. I'm going to go through these. So I always like to check in with our friends in Northern Ireland and see how they're getting on. They don't have much going on at the moment. A few new people joining the group, which is always great to see. More numbers. The usual questions and things that we see on most of our ride groups as well. Let's see where they were planning a ride at the end of this month, but they've been really, really quiet on that one. They haven't said a great deal. We're planning on going to a trip over to Scotland, and yeah, they haven't read any more about that. So, guys, check these ones out. They've got some really nice videos that they occasionally put up. They've been a bit quiet on the video front. I'll need to chase up Stephen for that one and get his boys and crew onto that. Donna, good evening. How are you? Yes, I'm well. Thank you. Let's jump from there. Check out their page. Give it a like. Give them some numbers on their page. The more the merrier. Definitely worth a group worth keeping an eye on. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one and like that page. So that's Northern Ireland. I've gone over to Perth. Now this one's a while away. Yeah, they've been really quiet on this group. They haven't been doing a great deal on any of the rides that do happen. It's usually Fridays, Sea-Doo and Can-Am that are organising them. Whether it be a charity ride or whether it be just a social ride. This is one. It's a little bit away, but it has been announced. It has popped up on their page, and like I don't know if you're making plans to go over. Anybody's making plans to go over to Western Australia for that time frame or in that period of time. It might be worth looking up these guys and see if they can help you get a ride, and you can get out in Western Australia and ride the waters around there. So it's certainly worth, if you're over there, certainly worth hooking up with them and enjoying some nice waters and rides over in WA. Okay, so that's that one. That's Perth. Let's go over to Queensland now, southeast Queensland. This one's Ricky Harrison and Kevin Whiteley and his group, and Andrew Lester. This is the group that these boys are all involved with. They've had a couple of rides. I know they had a big ride at the weekend where they navigated around South, North and Morton Island. So that's a big trip, that one. I believe it was 270 kilometres. A lot of fuel in that one, I would imagine. Not one I've tried, but I wouldn't. I've still to do a lap of Morton. I've never done it yet, and I'm gonna do that one. I'm thinking maybe try and do that one this year if I can before the season, before the weather gets bad. Yeah, so there hasn't been a great deal happening. There's that's sped up. I hope it's sped up. But yeah, there's what the waters have been looking like in our neck of the woods. For anybody who doesn't live in this area, that's what a lot of our water has looked like, and it's been phenomenal. I can't get over how really good the weather's been, and the winds. I've never seen such a prolonged period of time with low winds. It usually always picks up every few days, but it's been absolutely wonderful. So long may that continue. But that's example of what it is getting like, or what it's been like here. So there's one there. Anyone riding from the Goldie on Saturday, somebody's looking to do a ride out, casual lap of South Straddy, and they're going from Coomera Waters at 7:30. Jump on the page, drop a message or leave a comment for Craig Clark, and he will most likely get back to you. There are a few comments there, so let's have a quick look and see what. There we go. Kevin's got a ride going out. Wave break, north side of wave break, 8 o'clock. So there's a ride to go out. If you want to take it a little bit more sedately, maybe organise a ride with others. But if you're looking for something that's got a little bit more oomph, then Kevin would be your one to go out with. And yeah, you'll have a great time. The guys will take care of you. So if you're a newbie, maybe just hold off and give yourself a bit of time to get a bit more experience. And like I say, take it easy at your own pace until you feel confident and ready to ride with a faster group. So that's Craig. That's Jetski Socials Southeast Queensland. They do have a couple of things coming up. That's a typical day in Queensland. This is George. George Marquis lives in Victoria, but he's up here regularly. He's been doing he's been doing trips all over the place. The last I seen, he was over at Fraser Island, and he'd been doing the waters around there. I think that's pretty much what they've been getting up to there. Let's see. Yeah, it's been a bit quiet. There's George again. Throwing it about. Okay, that's them. Jetski, the Jetski family. Most of you know that one. Jake Braun, a few others. There's a little leisurely ride. When was that? 16th. That was this morning. Lynn Donnelly went out. Not sure if she was on her own or if she was with someone else. Let's just run it. I'm not a huge fan of these, but it kind of gives you an idea of where everybody's been. You don't get any music with it. That's the only thing. I believe you can though, but not everybody does it. But for those of you that are not familiar with our water channels, that's what we have on our doorstep. That is our home turf. All the way, surfers to the border. From the border, in fact, you can ride all the way from the border, all the way up, right up the coast. Majority of it up into Caloundra. You can ride literally inland, in behind the ocean, sheltered from the ocean, sorry, for that whole period of time from the Gold Coast all the way up to Caloundra. It's a good ride, and give me a second, let me just get that out. And it's a cracking part of the world, and that's why it is one of the most populated jet ski ownership outside of Florida. So plenty of skis and plenty of boats and a lot of traffic on the waters on a good day, especially public holidays. Saturday wasn't too bad. There was a few jet skis out. There's Jake. He's got something organised. Saturday, Jindalee boat ramp, river to ocean with a bring your packed lunch. Drop a message to him. I'm assuming it's all Sea-Doos, but I might be wrong. But anyway, there's the ride that's been set up. So drop him a message, and yeah, we'd be happy to have you on board. So there you go. That's Jetski Jake and his family page. We go to Carl and some of the guys over there who have oh, there's Lynn's video as well. George again. So the one I'm wanting to feature on here is actually the event. 2 seconds, let me just get that. Now, as I've been promoting or plugging before, Carol's group, this Jetski Adventurers, does have a long weekend trip planned for the Fraser Coast, 20th September to the 24th of September. Okay, if you're keen or interested in going, make sure you book accommodation and send a copy, screenshot or whatever, of your reservation to Carl so that he can then put you down as a legitimate attender, so that he can plan and he can plan the numbers and the rides more efficiently, so he knows how many people he's dealing with, and he can make sure everybody's catered for and we don't have too big a group on any one ride. So that's the whole idea of that. Is it's nothing to be untoward, or like, you guys, you can stay where you want. Just let Carol know and confirm with a copy of your booking or your reservation that you've got something, so that you're kind of committed to it, because we've had so many people in the past, and this is not just applicable to recreation rides, but pretty much anything in any walks of life. How many times have we agreed to meet people and then either we've changed our minds at the last minute, or they've changed their mind and just a no-show? So it can be a bit deflating sometimes, and I'll hold my hand up for that. I have various reasons as to why that happens with me, but that's not an excuse. Yeah, it's just a bit of polite, it's being polite and just being a bit respectful for people. When people are putting an effort in to try and organise something, it only seems fitting that we repay that kind of respect back to them. So, guys, if you're planning on going to this one, I'm planning on going. I've still got to book my accommodation, and I keep on saying that every week. I've still got to get it booked, and I will. The 20th September, 24th of September is the length of it. So that's what? Friday to a Wednesday, I believe it is. So you're going to get, depending on how you plan it, you're going to potentially get 6 days of riding. 4 minimum. Yeah, 4 minimum, six max. Okay, depending on your time scale and when you leave and depart and head up there, all that kind of stuff. So a fair bit of riding to go. Obviously, there'll be a bit of social aspect to it as well, so that'll be fun. And I know there's a few people going to this one already, so there are going to be some good numbers at this as well. So looking forward to this one. So that's Jetski Adventurers and their Fraser Coast Escape. Let's just see. Now we go to the racing. Okay, so it's been a little bit quiet. Dave Venel over at Jetski Racing New Zealand. Now there is another one. Give me a second. Let me just see if I can find this one, because this other list has a very comprehensive list of all the racing that's happening. 2 seconds, let me get this right. Oh, it kind of helps if you spell it right. Right, let's see if we can get this, and hopefully, there we go. Now, 8th of July, I think there's one that's a bit more up to date than that. Now I've got to plug this one up as well, because Rachel's Living in the Moment page, she photographs a lot of events down in New Zealand, a lot of boat racing, jet ski racing. She's really helping Greg Ward with this particular event as well, Therapy Ski, and raising money for mental health down in New Zealand even. Again, people signing up. A maximum of 30 riders. They're going to be riding around one of the lakes down near Rotorua. So it's going to be a cracking day, 23rd of August. So please, if you can't make it, if you can't get to it, please donate. Please donate. They're doing a fundraiser. There's a barcode and everything. Go to Living in the Moment. If you wish, let's check out the Instagram page as well. Let's go there. Good evening or good morning, Adrian. That's the page, which is Living in Wake. That's Greg Ward's own page, and as you can see, it's pretty full on with all the stuff about the event. Um, you can find the barcodes. There's a QR code there, for example. You can donate there. All the money gets pulled together. There's no one individual's fundraising. All the money does go into the central fund, but everyone is doing their bit to try and raise money as well, which all funnels into the same account. So, a great initiative. Yeah, look up Greg, Living in Wake on Instagram. The Facebook page is Living in the Moment. That's Rachel's. If you don't have access to Instagram, Rachel does everything she can to keep everybody up to date on Facebook with this. So it's definitely worthwhile. Now, let me see if I can find that schedule. That's the 8th of July. I don't think that's the one. I'll put it up anyway. So let's see what... let's see if I can get it. Yeah. That's it. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, so there's a heap load of events coming up over the summer, the kind of the spring, summer months, which cumulate in the Nationals in March. So, you know, if you're thinking about racing there and taking in the odd race, there's plenty there. That's a full-on schedule. I've never, like, wow. Like, that's really, and it's not just all races. There are some social events in there. The Cook Strait Crossing, I know that's like an annual homage. They kind of do that one. It's like a regular event. They always done that one. But as you can see there are a heap of events there, including social rides, and race events as well. So a lot to take in there. If you can get over, maybe you could plan it where you're able to get to, you know, take a week, 10 days over there, and you maybe get yourself over to 2 of the events, something like that, you know. Like there's a good one there in November, 23rd of November, Wellington. Yeah, okay, I believe, is that the South Island? My geography is terrible. Somebody might be able to correct me. But even if it was, you can jump over to the North Island and 29th and 30th, and there's competition there. So plenty there. Like this, yeah, there's just a lot going on. So it's worth, you know, if you're thinking about it, it's achievable. So good luck to anybody that does do it. So that's Living in the Moment. That's that page. Let's just go back to Dave's page a second. The first round of their Winter Aqua Series is the 27th of July. That's only a couple of weeks. It's actually the same weekend as the Cam Martin event. So good luck to everybody who's involved in that one. And we had Dave on a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about that. Also, a quick shout out to Noah. Noah, unfortunately, he did all right, but he knows himself things could have been a whole lot better for him. I believe his best position was a fifth place, I believe, in out of the 3 motos for that particular weekend in Kissimmee. I'm not entirely sure where he's placed in the grand scheme of things, but I know that the top 2 riders are Farthing Racing riders as well, including Devon Farthing, who's in 2nd place. So yeah, that's. I hope things improve for you, Noah, and you're able to kind of push to the end. All right, so that's New Zealand. All right, now a few things going on here. Let's go. First of all, what I want to do is I want to shout out all the people who have come on board to help sponsor the Cameron Martin event. Like I'm actually really surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm over the moon that people have jumped to this. We've had MT Tech, Ductin Solutions. We've had Nautical Image. Let me see if I can get this right. We've got Nautical Image as well. He jumped on board. We've got Works Components. They've jumped on board. Gold Coast Wave Runners. They've even jumped on board. Renewed Glow jumped on board. WLE Designs. They're on board. A1 Racing jumped on board a couple of days ago, so that was fantastic. I've just got confirmation today that Juma Finance are also on board as well. So I think I've pretty much got everybody off the top of my head. Let me just have a quick look and see if I can. Let me see. I can't find it now. Right, okay, so yeah, Renewed Glow, Works, Nautical Image, MT Tech Ducting, 81 Racing, WLE Designs, Gold Coast Wave Runners, the Martin family themselves. They will obviously put up some money as well for to go towards the race prizes, and of course Jet Pilot as well have put up some helmet. They put up a couple of helmets, some race gloves, and some of the quilted flannel shirts. So thanks to them as well. It's been fantastic that these guys, that everybody's been willing to chip in, and I cannot, on behalf of Queensland Personal Watercraft, I cannot thank them enough for their willingness to help put on a cracking event where everybody, all the the race top 3 in each class, which is open class, the stock class, women's class, naturally aspirated class. So 4 classes are all going to be covered, and there'll be some nice outcomes for whoever gets in the top 3 in each of those classes. So congratulations to the sponsors for that, for making it happen. So well done to them. All right, now where else are we? Did we go through? We don't need to go through the overall results because we've done that. Now, what I will be doing, that's fine. Okay, now, all right, I do have a breakdown of what the prizes are going to look like, but I need to get actual confirmation that it's been accounted for properly, because what I'm looking at does kind of contradicts itself from what I already know. So what I'll do is I'll put the announcement up on the QPWC page once it's been finalised. What I do know is, and we've taken a leaf out of the New Zealand Jetski Racing Inc. People, and their initiative to have a random draw for participants who show up for all 9 races or all 3 rounds. The prizes are not necessarily as big, but it's still pretty decent. So there will be a cash prize and a merchandise pack will be up for anyone who enters the Cameron Martin event. You don't have to win it. You don't have to come second, third. You can be placed last and could still be in with a chance of winning the participation draw. Okay, so again, it will be announced in due course. I just want to finalise it with Jamie before, so make sure we're all on the same page. But it's looking really good, and I hope everybody remembers to get signed up. So yeah, it's definitely something worthwhile to jump onto and get involved with. Race, come and watch it. It should hopefully be a good day if we get hopefully the weather gods play ball with us, and yeah, so fingers crossed for the weather gods. Either way, the passion's going to be there. People are going to be racing. People are going to be there to watch. But we want some good weather, so we get the random people who want to just come up and come over and watch and wonder what's going on, wonder what this is all about. So, guys, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there a week on Sunday, 27th. All right, now, that's me. That's me for this week. I think I said it was going to be a short one. I don't know where we're at. 30 minutes, that's not bad. That's not too bad. I don't think I've got anything else. I think I've covered everything. Quick shout out as well to Jamie. He has finally got, he's finally sold his, let me just get it for you. For any of you that were unaware or were wondering, if you don't know Jamie, Jamie had a project on the go where he took an STX hull and he put a 310 engine in it, and that's it there. And Kyle's bought it. I don't know if we're going to see it on the race circuit. I know he races, but he might be able to race it. If he's in the beginners, he might race it. So we'll see. But I don't know. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Yeah, so Jamie's beloved 888, he's actually sold it. I must have broke his heart. But hey, listen, I know it was up for sale for a while. He was just needing someone to fall in love with it. And Kyle's now been the beneficiary of that nice little project that he's got. So there we go. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, there you go. Let me just get up. That's it there. That's that little baby. So yeah, it's definitely a different one. Not your normal STX, but it's going to be a flying machine. So good luck to you, Kyle, and have fun. All right, guys. So that's me for this week. Like I say, I've got Matt Monroe on next week. He's going to talk about himself. He's racing the G-Save brand and products that he has. Definitely something that would have the jet ski community a little bit curious and intrigued as to what it is he has. So tune in. We'll have a chat and chew the fat about that next week. And I'm going to leave you with an old classic. It's me, Mishap Central here. It came about the other night. This one sprung back into my head the other day when Daz Keel sent me a picture of a ski in mangroves. It wasn't here. I think it looked like it was in the USA or something like that. And he tagged me in it. I knew exactly. As soon as I seen it, I knew exactly what he was referring to. So, yes, we do happen to have it on video footage. I keep it. Most people wouldn't bother showing it because they'd be embarrassed. I think it's funny. It's a lesson on how not to ride your ski. So on that note, I'm going to leave this with you. And until next week, wherever you happen to be, I hope you get out of the weekend. I hope the weather plays ball with you. Have a great time. Have fun. Be safe. Look after each other. Take care. Good night. Yep, there we go.
Alright, well, let me come to you and I'll give you my tow line. You should be able to pull you out backwards.